And influencers speculated about real-life dating, totally ignoring the athlete's privacy and professionalism. The result? A feeding frenzy of speculation, not about tennis technique, but about imagined romantic subplots. Many fans and journalists agree this wasn't just tone-deaf. It was irresponsible. In the wake of Backlash, the USTA has gone quiet. There are rumors that the remaining Matchmaker events will be scrapped. A source close to the US Open's executive team said, "They didn't expect this kind of reaction. Everyone's in damage control mode now." A PR consultant working with the tournament confirmed there's an internal review happening, but no public statement has been made yet. Meanwhile, players are reportedly asking for clearer guidelines on what exhibition formats are acceptable and how their brand images will be used. The biggest loser? Trust between players, organizers, and fans. In response to the fiasco, a new fan-led campaign has emerged. #Let Tennis Be Tennis. Thousands have signed petitions demanding the USTA drop gimmicky formats and focus on genuine competition. The campaign has gained traction on Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube. We love Alcaraz. We love Raducanu. But we didn't sign up for reality TV. The movement is growing and organizers are taking notice. So, where do we go from here? The Matchmaker disaster has taught tennis a hard lesson. Respect the game or risk losing the people who love it most. This wasn't about one bad idea. It was about ignoring the soul of the sport. About putting viral moments over real moments. And about forgetting that athletes aren't puppets, they're people. Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu didn't deserve this backlash. But maybe their painful experience will spark real change. Because tennis doesn't need stunts. It needs truth. It needs passion. It needs us. You've been watching the Netrush report. If you care about the future of tennis, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the US Open kill the Matchmaker format for good? Or is there a way to make it work? Let's keep the rally going. Emma, who's already had a rollercoaster ride since her 2021 US Open victory, now finds herself again under intense public gaze. Alcaraz, too, seemed uncomfortable in his post-match press conference, dodging questions about the format and saying only, "It was fun, but yeah, I want to focus on singles." Beyond the drama, there's a deeper question here: what happens to the integrity of tennis when spectacle starts replacing substance? Tennis thrives on structure, rivalries, and personal journeys that fans follow for years. The Matchmaker idea disrupts that by prioritizing marketability over merit. What happens when fan votes outweigh coaching decisions? When algorithms decide pairings instead of player strategy? When athletes become actors in a scripted narrative? Pam Shriver put it bluntly. You can't manufacture chemistry. You earn it on the court, not in a PR meeting. Of course, the USTA says the innovation is all about growing the game. Attracting Gen Z, boosting social media engagement, and keeping tennis relevant in an era dominated by fast-paced entertainment. And yes, there's logic to that. Ratings for mixed doubles matches are typically low. Younger fans want more personality, emotion, drama, all things Matchmaker tried to deliver. But the execution has backfired. Instead of feeling organic, it felt staged. Instead of celebrating players, it commercialized them. And instead of growing trust, it created division. Several top players, speaking anonymously, voiced discomfort. One WTA player reportedly said, "I don't want my game or my brand tied to some fake dating gimmick. It feels degrading." Another ATP star. "They didn't tell us fans would vote on who we play with. That's just weird." Even Alcaraz's coach was seen shaking his head during the match, a moment that has since gone viral with the caption, "Why are we doing this?" Mainstream media outlets jumped on the Matchmaker story. But often in ways that fueled the fire. Tabloids pushed flirtation rumors. Headlines screamed, "Emma and Carlos heat up the court." You're watching Netrush Report, where passion meets power on the court. We uncover the untold stories, controversies, and emotional battles behind the biggest headlines in tennis. Subscribe now and join the conversation. Tennis. To understand the storm, we have to start with the spark. The United States Tennis Association, USTA, rolled out its new Matchmaker format at this year's US Open, a bold attempt to blend showbiz with sport. Inspired by reality dating shows and social media culture, Matchmaker is a mixed doubles exhibition-style format where pairings are partially decided by fans via online voting, social media interactions, and even AI suggestions based on player chemistry. Yes, you heard that right, player chemistry. The idea? To generate viral content. Market the personalities, not just the rankings. Make tennis feel young, flirty, spontaneous, and completely unpredictable. The headline pairing? Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu. Two young superstars, charismatic and globally adored, were voted the dream duo and matched for the opening Matchmaker round. The reaction? Electric, at first. Fans flooded social media with excitement, fantasy matchups, and speculation. But as match day approached, the mood shifted from curiosity, to confusion, to chaos. The backlash was swift and fierce. Tennis fans didn't hold back. Some of the most common reactions included: "This isn't Love Island, it's the US Open. What is this nonsense? Tennis isn't a dating app. Stop using Alcaraz and Raducanu for cheap views." Others accused the tournament of gimmickry and manipulating player images to appeal to a younger demographic. Longtime fans were especially offended by the idea that tennis, a sport built on tradition, rivalry, and integrity, was being reduced to algorithm-generated matchups based on social media popularity. Even former pros weighed in. Patrick McEnroe called it a marketing circus that confuses the sport's core values. Martina Navratilova tweeted, "This doesn't help women's tennis. It trivializes it." Andy Roddick wrote, "Feels more like a TikTok stunt than a legit tournament event." Another big question fans have raised: were Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu even aware of how this would be received? Or were they just pawns in a larger PR game? Sources close to the event say both players agreed to participate only after being assured that it would be a lighthearted exhibition, not a competitive fixture. But the backlash has now put them in the crossfire. Neither Alcaraz nor Raducanu made official statements immediately after the criticism exploded, a silence that only made things worse. Some fans blamed them directly, accusing them of selling out. Others defended them fiercely, arguing that they were being manipulated by the US Open organizers and media executives desperate for attention.